Hey, hey. I want to talk about Danny's song by Loggins and Messina. Basic chords, but there are some cool fingerstyle things happening. The intro is D, and there's no alternating thumb because it's just four strings. But all the other chords that are string 5 root note, A string, or string 6 root note, the E string, those chords you're going to do an alternating thumb. So when we do like a C, basically a landslide, right? That kind of vibe. B minor. And they also sneak in like a little variation on the high E string. So look out for those. E, octave thing. And then there's going to be a walk-up thing on the higher strings. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to start with the verse. So I've got, people smile and tell me I'm the lucky one. And we've just begun. Think I'm gonna have a son. He will be like she and me, as free as a dove, conceived in love. The sun is gonna shine above. Okay, so before I get to the chorus, let's break that down a little bit. So you'll notice my alternating thumb anytime I had an A string root note chord or an E string root note chord. And then the other fancy thing I had going on, besides grabbing a higher note sometimes, like on the B minor, that sort of thing, was that A suspended 4 walk up. So when I get to the A chord, right, so I'm going A, that's the C sharp on an A chord, that's the D, that's my sus4, and then an open E. So a little walk up on the higher strings. Those are the fancy bits for the verse. All right, so then in the chorus, I've got G. Even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey, and everything will bring a chain of love. And in the morning when I rise, you bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything's gonna be alright. And there's a little walk up again at the end. Alright, so same idea, just more chords. G, A. And here's the fancy part with this. I've got D and then this D over C sharp, right? So grabbing a C sharp in the root. So I'm so in love with you, honey. It's kind of the wrong melody, but whatever. And then back to G, right? So I've got all right. So that's the thing to watch out for in the chorus. And then at the end, instead of on an A chord the way we did the, now I've got that walk up at the end, and that goes right back to the verse. A little tricky with singing, so everything's gonna be alright. And then into seems as though a month ago I was, and so on. And then that's the next verse. That is it. 2 parts to the song. So the verse and the chorus with all those little extra things. If you do a close listen to the recording, you'll hear certain parts where Kenny Loggins strums a chord and then goes right back into fingerstyle. Like a lot of songs, especially in this era, it's a very specific performance that you could try to replicate and is definitely possible. But oftentimes you'll find that maybe they're not playing the song the exact same way twice. Find live versions and they're going to be slightly different. So this is a very general version that gives you some of those little nice spicy parts that make the song interesting, and take it from just a D, C, B minor, E, A kind of chord progression into something a little more interesting, finger style, but also with those little nuances. All right, hope this helps.